Hi there, this is a reading for August for Aquarius. It's a redo video. For some reason I was called to do it again. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll just finish shuffling. This is for Aquarius for August, please. So the card for the past is the Knight of Swords. Perhaps a message coming in. The present, hopefully that light doesn't make too much brightness. The present is the Death card. What's hidden is the Six of Wands. The obstacle is the Ace of Wands. What should be done is the Fool card, or what could be done, or advice if you like, and the potential. Okay, beautiful. There's the Star card. I'm just going to draw another card as an overarching energy. Okay, the Five of Swords. I think the Five of Swords was in the Virgo card. So what I'm seeing here is a messenger. So it almost feels like, well, it doesn't almost, it feels like the message was delivered in person. It doesn't have to be, but it feels very personal. It's very personal. And possibly it's just as simple as that message was about an ending, or it ended something. So this is the present energy. So you're in the end of a phase, in the end of a cycle, or not even a cycle, just the end of a situation. Could be the end of a romance. Could be the end of anything really, a job, a friendship. But what's hidden here is it's got sort of silver lining energy. But I also wonder whether there's some sort of pride involved here. You know, was pride involved in the ending? Not necessarily the cause of it, but, you know, was your pride hurt? Was their pride hurt? Because you've got the Five of Swords here, so there's an overarching energy. So this is the energy of really, you know, ultimately no one being the winner. Sometimes it doesn't take a wrongdoing. It doesn't necessarily mean that there was some wrongdoing with either party. Sometimes the Five of Swords is that it's an issue may be insurmountable, for example. It's kind of like it's no one's fault that the circumstances are the way they are. And I'm getting with what's hidden is that there's I do feel that pride is possibly involved. And I often see this card as an act as if, so you might be either not disclosing to other people how you feel, if you've got hurt. This can be a card of really hurt feelings, and just sort of carrying on as if everything's okay. It could also be that the other person or somebody else in this situation, this might not even involve you. This could be to do with somebody else, but I feel that it does involve you. But the other person, party, might be just coasting along, but it could also be that you are thinking that they may be hurt, they may be upset about this, when in actual fact they're not. They're getting on with business, they're getting on with life, and they're actually in some ways triumphant or victorious about it. Not necessarily, victorious about having hurt feelings or hurting, or perhaps your feelings being hurt, but victorious that they can just get on with it. And it could also be that this is what you are capable of. You are capable of doing this. You've got a horse moving forward here, with black and white, and you've got colour here and growth. So there's an opportunity for growth here. This is what's hidden. Maybe it's a learning experience. Well, not maybe, it just feels like it is, and so many things in life are. And this Death card is a significant ending, or something that's significant to you. The obstacle is the Ace of Wands. And when I saw this, I saw the phallic symbol, and I thought about sex as some sort of, I don't know, I'm getting the words promiscuity, or some sort of, it doesn't have to be sex, but it could be some sort of drive that provoked this situation in some ways, or not necessarily, because it's a, could be a blameless situation, but something caused this ending, and whatever it was is the obstacle. It's some sort of irritation, some sort of I often see the wands as a form of irritation. It's fire, so it's something that caused an inflammatory response. And that inflammatory response, caused this to, I feel it's like to be exposed. So this obstacle, even though the obstacle may have been the focus of this ending, it feels like the obstacle is actually, I guess, a cover for deeper things that may not have been right about this situation. And the advice card is the Fool, and that is, having a really open and expansive view of your next step. And it's kind of like, meeting face to face with this character here. I've been there, I've done that, and I've got through it. And this Fool has got the energy of saying, well, yeah, I can do not necessarily this again, because you're going to learn. This is, you're likely to learn from this kind of something that's really had a significant impact on you. You're really going to learn from it. So this Fool is, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to learn from it and perhaps do it differently, but not let it put me off having the next adventure. And the potential is a Star card. I mean, the Star card is kind of, wishing upon a star. It can be a bit sort of dreamy, as in, you're really hoping for something, but it's very much a healing card, and hope is huge in healing. And this Five of Swords energy, I was prompted to draw another card, that needs healing. And it's not about, I think I may have said placing blame or analysing or working out, this person or that could have changed it, and I could have done this differently, and that sort of thing. It's more about taking the lesson and leaving the hurt behind. I mean, I don't know, that's a common phrase, I think. But that's what it really feels like to me. And the Star card is, this is such a beautiful opportunity for hope and for new beginnings. I think this ending happened rapidly. It may have taken you by surprise. there's probably a situation going on that that you were aware of, and perhaps, you know, concerned about, but not necessarily thinking it would end then, or end in the way it did, or perhaps the reaction of the other party or parties surprised you. It's almost like they gave up. You know, there's a sense of giving up here. And I think that may in some way be true, but in another way, I think there's hidden things here. There's more than the obvious reason for this that you know about. And this card is saying to let bygones be bygones, and to allow healing to come in, and to really dream, you know, to wish upon that star. I hope that's helpful, Aquarius. Cheers. This is your card too. So yeah, it's come into your reading. Good luck.